Hey YouTube, I'm the Canadian Zangief, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. Released in 2000 by Capcom for the PlayStation 1 is The Misadventures of Tron Bonne, a prequel to the Mega Man Legends series for the PlayStation 1 that was released 1 year prior. Now, opposed to following Mega Man or Rock in the standard Mega Man series, this one follows the anti-hero, the Tron Bonne. Tron Bonne is from the infamous Sky Pirate crime syndicate Bonne family, which is really only composed of 3 members and their minions. That's Teasel Bonne, Tron Bonne, and Bonne Bonne. And of course their minions are the lovable Lego-like Servbots. The story begins with Teasel Bonne heading into some ruins looking for a huge refractor, which is like a giant crystal that they're going to sell for tons of money. Now, the reason why they're actually going over this, only Teasel Bonne knows of the trio, because they just finished building their giant battle fortress, the Gesellschaft, and nobody really knows where he got the money, but it turns out that he took a large loan out from a local loan shark by the name of Loath, and they need this money to pay it back. Now, time's running out, and Loath wants his money back, but they don't have it yet, so they end up sending out their hitman Glide to collect. Now, Glide ends up kidnapping Teasel because they don't have the money, and blowing Bonne Bonne apart. And afterwards, Tron arrives and finds out what's happening and gets in contact with Loath and finds out that they owe 1 million zenny to repay this debt. So it's up to Tron Bonne to gather this money with her loyal Servbots and get back her family. In the game, there's 3 main styles of gameplay. There's adventuring, which is mostly done inside of the Gustav, which is Tron's signature mech. Basically, you're running around, it's combat, and you have the Servbots to run around and perform various actions for you. Kind of like a missile beacon, and then you tell them where to go and they run forward and do various actions for you that you wouldn't normally do in your action phase. Like go inside caves and dig out money in little areas while you're trucking around and, you know, doing the usual Mega Buster kind of style. The next portion you usually go through is the dungeon crawling section, which is the treasure hunting area. That's kind of like an Eye of the Beholder kind of style with no real combat per se. It's more a little bit problem solving, going through in the first person, having your Servbots pretty much being your only interaction. They actually can do anything, which is an interesting dynamic because there actually is boss fights, and you're mostly just a big camera moving around, and you have to kind of be a little strategic, luring enemies into traps and getting around various traps, interacting with people that you meet. It's kind of interesting, but it does get a little bit old after a while, I have to say. One of the most fun that I have seems to be the last mode of play, and that's the puzzle solving bit. It kind of feels like a Mega Man Legends version of the Adventures of Lolo. It's a lot of timed movement, trying to get certain items from one point back to another point while moving other points out of the way in certain amount of time and certain amount of spaces. There's a lot of interesting and difficult puzzles that can really get you stuck after a while, but they're very satisfying when you finally do figure it out. Luckily, if you mess up, you can restart it and you don't really lose anything, which is really helpful in a game like this because it's a very, you know, have fun in the moment game. It's not that serious. You can can't really go like 5 seconds without laughing at something that, some kind of interaction between Tron and the serve bots. So in closing, it's a quirky, kind of weird game. You don't have to put a ton of time into it, but it definitely has a lot. You know, you're going to get a lot out of it if you put the time into it extra. You know, leveling up your serve bots and, you know, unlocking the different paint jobs on the Gustav and everything. You know, I got a lot of fun out of this game back in the day. I played it tons, and to this day, it's one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games. So, if you can find it for cheap, you know, go for it. It is a pricey game, but it's worth the price, you know, actually. But retail, maybe not. It's over almost $200 retail for a regular copy of it. But that's it for now. I am the Canadian Zangief. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.